Hi, my name is Telma Sanchez, and in this video, I'm going to share with you what I did to create my dream life. A life where I have more control of my time and energy while embracing my self-worth. My own magic, so you can do the same. But first, I have a few questions for you. Do you wish you had more confidence in yourself to ask for that raise or start that new business? You know you want that lifestyle where you decide how to spend your time and energy to dedicate it to the things that matter and bring you joy. So what's stopping you from getting there? You worked hard your whole life and still, all that hard work hasn't resulted in a life that you wake up every morning excited about. Well, by the time that you're done with watching this video, that's gonna start to change. I'm gonna share with you how I created my dream life and what it took in order for me to make that possible. There I was. Even after all those years living in the States, I was still holding on to cultural expectations and self-limiting beliefs. No wonder I wasn't feeling like I was living a life that I loved. I grew up with a feeling that I didn't belong, that I wasn't enough. So even though I knew I needed to make changes in my life, I did nothing. Fearful of rejection and what others would think of me, I stayed in the corporate job too long. I stayed in what felt comfortable, what felt safe. I didn't speak up to set healthy boundaries with my loved ones, with anybody really. You see, I come from a family in which we don't question our elders, we just follow their instructions. In where you don't speak up because calladita te ves más bonita, right? In which we had to follow a path that was already paved. But yet, I knew there was more. So after going through all of that, I realized that the problem wasn't that I wanted too much out of life, but it was actually that my unrealistic cultural expectations and self-limiting beliefs led me to believe that I didn't deserve a life of fulfillment. Once I had my kids, I realized it was not just affecting me. It would affect them too. And having two girls, I didn't have time to waste. I wanted my girls to feel empowered and always speak up and go for whatever it is that they desired. So I had to unpack and release the things I didn't want to pass down. I started reading, listening to podcasts, and seeking out to get help on unpacking my own bag so my kids didn't have to. The first thing I did was accept that it was time to detach myself from many of the things I learned growing up and they were no longer serving me, because a lot of those things were exactly what were keeping me stuck. But then I had to go deeper. I also found a community of people who I knew were living the lives they truly enjoyed, and they were making decisions based on what mattered most to them, instead of trying to live to meet others' expectations of success and happiness. Inside this community, I was greeted with support, but most importantly, accountability. This challenged me to walk the talk and to get out of the dreaming and talking about it mode, put in the work and taking the action mode. So I started putting in the work. I got serious about the changes I needed to make. I got myself an accountability partner and invested on myself. I became fully committed to reaching my goals. It all started with letting go and unlearning so much of what I was taught as a child and a young adult. All those years after starting a family of my own, I wasn't living by my own rules. I had my own home, my children, a loving husband, and yet I struggled with finding joy by living a life on somebody else's terms. For years, the family I loved, the culture I was born into, the society I was part of, had been telling me that I needed to embody the idea of what it looked like to be a good woman, a good mother, a loving wife, a successful professional. When I found out that all of that wasn't true, I was finally able to break out of the generational chains and heal from the trauma to create my own truth. The real problem is unrealistic cultural expectations and self-limiting beliefs. They were keeping me and you from embracing your worth, your uniqueness to create the life that you truly love. The thing is, through this journey, I discovered that I wasn't alone. There's a lot more of us. So I decided to write a book in which I get you all my insights, all my tools, so you can do the same. My book, On Your Dance, is coming up soon, and I cannot wait for you to read it, enjoy the workbook, and get started.